Hello and welcome to Sethaldor's Guides in Gaming. We are here on StarCraft 2 with another wonderful I Wonder If. It is not just me here, we also have my good brother and friend Space Yeti. Say hello.
Hi.
And we are here to answer the simple yet mind-boggling question, first off, of can you effectively neural parasite a mothership? So, that will be the first question asked and answered today. As you can see, I have a wonderful little infestor right here, ready to do my dirty work. And there is Tundra Yeti's lovely, wonderful, fantastic, floaty mothership. So, without further ado, we shall answer this question. Drumroll, please. I should find, like, a drumroll sound effect. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. The answer is yes. Look at that. Isn't that awesome? Oh, poo. Keep in mind, it does only last for a very short amount of time, and it looks like my infestor had just above half health in the time it took me to get that neuroparasite off, so don't expect to get it off twice. But that could definitely turn an endgame fight into you winning versus losing, as that would then cloak all your units, so if my dear friend Space Yeti happened to not have an observer in his army, that could have been very, very bad. Any thoughts on that result, Tundra? Do you feel that was a little OP, and that shouldn't be doable, or it's pretty balanced?
I think it's pretty interesting that you can. It's always a very interesting ability. It always has been. I fear that, or actually not fear, I think it needs to be used more often. There's always a big unit that can turn the tide, like, imagine if you neuroparasited a Thor, while you're fighting the Terran. I mean, that could turn around and start blasting his own units. Or, if you can get it close enough, neuroparasite a siege tank. That could be pretty nasty. I mean, it would be tough to do, but if you can get it down, and it can be quite useful. However, I do think it'll be very tricky in order to do so.
So, it's risky enough to make the benefit worth it, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, and with that, we shall move on to our second question. Why don't you introduce it?
Alright, well, this is a question that you have wondered, is can a ULTRALIIIISK, or, no, sorry, can a immortal take on an ULTRALIIIISK?
In a one-on-one mono-e-mono. Keep in mind, these are not... a little early there. These are not upgraded units. As you can see, 0 armor for the ULTRALIIIISK, and if I pop him up, 0 attack. I believe yours are unupgraded, correct?
Yes, that is correct. I just want to mention one thing first, is the immortal naturally does more versus armor than normal. So it does a damage of 20, but versus armor it does 50 damage. And it won't take any more damage over 10, so this will be pretty interesting.
Right, that's kind of why I asked this question, because as you can see on my screen, ULTRALIIIISKs are indeed armored units, so they will be taking the 50. However, they do have an increased damage versus armored as well of up to 35, which is strangely dwarfed by the immortal. For being a tier 3 unit, comparing it to an immortal unupgraded, it's actually worse, with the exception of this cleaves that doesn't. But that has a shield that you said prevents it from taking more than 10 damage at a time.
Yeah, it's called the Hardened Shield. Reduces incoming damage to a maximum of 10 while the immortal still has shields. So for the first 10 attacks, basically, it will only do 10 per attack until you're through his shields. Then it will do normal damage. So basically, the time it takes for you to do 10 attacks, I'll be doing my full 50 damage without you even touching his life yet. And he has 100 shields and 200 health. So this should be pretty interesting.
Right, he's got 200 less than the Ultra, so this will be interesting. If he does 50 with each blast, if he can do 10 blasts, the Ultra is actually dead. So we shall go ahead and answer this question. The first question was, can a mothership be neural parasited? The answer was successfully yes. So now this question is, can one immortal take down one Ultralisk? A tier, what is that? Would that be a tier 2, 2.5 unit against a tier 3 Zerg?
Yeah, I mean, the immortal, I guess it would be, it's not far up there, because all you need is a robotics facility, so...
So maybe tier 1, 1.5, unsure on that, if you know
I'd still put it
specifically.
as tier 2. I mean, because you have to get a gateway and a cybernetics first. I mean, really the only tier 1, if you want to call it that, would be a zealot, because then you just need the gateway and you can summon a mass of those. Then I guess 1.5 would be your stalker and your sentry, and then I guess tier 2 would be everything else, your immortal, your Templar, Dark Templar, things like that. Then your tier 3 would be, you know, Mothership, carriers, and colossi, I guess.
Okay, so keeping that in mind, the sheer tier difference in these, let us see the result of this. Are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Alright, here we go. And this is not looking good. Oh my
that
gosh.
was so close. That was incredibly close.
Officially 14 HP, slowly regaining health. So, basically, yeah, with a freaking immortal and any other damaging unit, hell, even a few probes, you would successfully take down an Ultralisk. Wow. Maybe even with a little micro, that would have been a successful kill of an Ultra. So keep that in mind when you're playing. If they're on even grounds as far as upgrades go, an Immortal can almost, if not, if with a good micro, kill an Ultra on its own.
Speaking of micro, do you happen to have a second Ultra? Because I have a couple of backup Immortals, so we can give that a shot. I can try some microing. Because that's the thing about the Ultra is, yeah, it's powerful, but it is melee type, whereas the Immortal is a range unit.
I just so happen to have a backup Ultra. Funny you should add. Okay. So, how many Ultras are you bringing to the party?
Well, 0, to be honest.
Oh my god, I fail. Alright, well, my Ultra is next to the Zelnaga Watchtower, so go ahead and position your Immortal where you'd like, and we shall get this party rolling. Ready?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm not very good at micro, so let's give this a shot.
Okay, so this question is basically the last one rephrased. Can an Immortal solo an Ultralisk with a bit of nifty little micro thrown in? Starting in 3, 2, 1.
I suck at micro.
I was gonna say, I think with a little bit better micro it would be doable. So,
yeah, I mean, with, what, 14 health from a stand-on fight? I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, so keep that in mind, Protoss players. If the Zerg looks like he's got, like, a bunch of Ultras, keep in mind that an Immortal is pretty much on par with an Ultra, and you can be getting Immortals out fairly early in your game. So if you feel you're going against a strong Zerg player that likes to rush to Ultras or something of the like, keep that in mind, and maybe have some Immortals as backup plans. Anyway, this has been Sethaldor, or Psychotropic, from the server Blade's Edge, on And I Wonder If of StarCraft 2, answering the questions of, can a mothership be neuroparasited by an infestor, The answer being absolutely. And the question of, can an immortal solo take on an Ultralisk? In a mano-a-mano stand-on fight? Almost. With a little bit of healthy micro, yes, absolutely. So, keep that in mind as you are playing, and that is all. Tundra, do you have any last words?
Yeah, I was wondering, can a Void Raid take a Ultralisk on solo mode? Oh, there he is.
Run away!
Oh, lame.
Owned, son. Alright, folks, that's that. I will see you guys next time. Later.